listening to Retro Station, a retro game podcast.
You shouldn't be subjected to this episode. Look at the flowers. Just look at the flowers.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Retro Station, a retro game podcast. I'm David.
I'm Hilary.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to be talking about The Walking Dead, a Telltale Games Series, Part 1, which came out for the PS3, Xbox 360, computer, and mobile, apparently, which I only found out recently. But before we get to that, Hilary, have you played anything?
I'm trying to remember.
I can tell you.
I played some of my mobile games, and then I played Danny's World a little bit with the girls.
Oh, yeah.
And so
How far did you get?
I got to floor. I think I got a new record to floor 14 or 15.
Wow.
We played with like a group of strangers, and like that got us a lot farther than which apparently is not always the case, but
yeah.
Does it not ramp up if difficulty if there's more players? Or
it does a little bit, but like you go through those first floors super fast. Like
Gotcha.
There was a couple times where I almost didn't make it to the elevator because I didn't realize that someone was working on the last machine, and so like I'm used to be able to kind of take my time wandering around and collecting stuff, and I was like, oh, I can't actually do that when we're playing with so many players. So it basically ramps up by like the number of twisteds that are come up, or like how soon they ramp up or add to them. But because you have so many other people working on the machines,
Gotcha.
It's kind of, there's some benefits with the drawbacks. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like I've to try to like be able to play better with the girls without them be like, oh, like they're dragging me with them. Like I've been playing a little bit by myself too, and by myself I've been able to get to floor like I think 6.
Oh, that's good.
Doing a solo.
Solo? How do you distract the bad guys away from you?
You know, you just run away from them and hide until they leave you alone.
That sounds hard. I usually don't know they're on me until they're like on me.
Yeah, so it can be definitely difficult. They did some upgrades to Danny's World since the last time you played, where it's like there's different machines now. There's like instead of the bar on the bottom that you press, like they now have like a circle one, which is a little bit harder, and then there's like a treadmill one too. And then at the very beginning of the game, it opens it up so that you can buy like a bandage or a med kit and something else. So like so if you're not very good at the game, you can kind of preamp and buy some things to heal yourself so you can make it farther. I
would definitely need to do that. I'm definitely not very good at the game. So, I mean, you don't have to say that fast, but I mean, that's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I at least buy a bandage each time when I'm starting a new game. Right. I don't want the solos because I don't want to waste a bunch of the iCore money, but doing that. But when I'm playing with the girls, I definitely stock up.
Yeah, makes sense. I think I know the answer because we talked earlier, but Steve, did you play anything other than this?
Yeah, I played 30 games that we're going to go in rapid progression.
No, take your time. Go into great detail. Yeah, please do.
No, this week was a pretty busy week. Being the last week that the kids had off and me working the full week, I didn't do much. I think, if anything, I played Roblox with the kids a little bit. Seems like a fever dream. There must have been some rivals in there. Vinny likes to play rivals. I think we played 2v2, me and him versus his friend and his friend's sister a couple times. And then I think we played Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know which one. I'm sure there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
but it's one where you have to control you have to stay in the office and you have to control the cameras and shine the light if Foxy comes, and otherwise you have to put on the mask if everyone else comes. So that prepared me for we watched Five Nights at Freddy's 2 last night.
Yeah. How was that?
Yeah. I don't know. Vinny liked it. He was.
Has he had nightmares yet?
Nope. No. He was scared of the first one, but I think he watched so much clips before he watched the second one that it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
He kind of knew when the jump scares were coming.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's getting to the point where he knows that it's not real.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
That's good.
but yeah, of all the, I don't know, the story's interesting. It was an okay movie. Not enough Matthew Lillard in the second one.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
What a shame.
And yeah, it was okay. There was one jump scare that got me, and it wasn't even an animatronic, which is hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah. Probably because I wasn't expecting. I was, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise I worked, took care of kids, and because I worked every day. I didn't get the day off for New Year's. I don't know if you did or not. But
Yeah, I got New Year's Day off.
oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
But then we did a birthday party today, and I did a lot of running and jiu-jitsu throughout the week. So
I saw you like 3 times this morning on your run.
yeah. So just exercising, and that's about it. My Steam Deck, other than playing this current game, just sat
It's
sad.
So depressing.
Yeah.
You're calling for you, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
Steve, pick me up.
And my constant glances at the Steam sale that I don't need to spend money on.
I know. The stuff I really want is not cheap enough that I want to spend the money, even though it's probably a good deal still. Like Steam has messed me up for now. It's like, I don't know, this is over $10. I don't know, that's a lot of money for a game. It's like, what?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
There was a game that someone mentioned on like a YouTube channel where it was like a racing game, and it was kind of around the time after we had just done doing racing games, and it looked interesting, but for $9, I don't know. It was more of a top-down one.
Yeah, I played a few games. First, I was looking around. I have a little emulator handheld, and I have a bunch of PSP games on there. And I downloaded pretty much anything that I thought might be good that would fit. And I even have some Japanese games on there that I thought, if they were an RPG, that I got the translated ones. I happened to start up one that proved me wrong. It's called Brandish. And I got it because the little video thing that plays when you're over it, it looked like it was pretty simplistic, and I just wanted something kind of easy. So it's basically a top-down dungeon crawler, and you move in a grid essentially, and you swing your sword at things, and you get items, and it looks very simple. But yeah, it is all in Japanese. I did the tutorial, which still worked because even though it was Japanese, everything that it was showing you, it had like a picture of what it was doing, and then also, even though the description was in Japanese, it would show you a picture of the button. So I'm like, okay, I know this button makes me jump because I can see the jumping picture. So I was able to follow along. And then I followed my own story as it goes. Like, oh boy, we're at the top of a crevice. It's me at night. And then a woman in a bikini and a cape who has a wand and she might be evil. I don't know. Oh no. We fell into a crevice. Where'd she go? Nobody knows, but I'm going to go. It was weird. It was just goofy. A goofy game. It was all right, but it's not awesome enough that I think maybe if the story's good, that could make it more intriguing. As it is, I'm kind of like, this is sort of pointless. I'm just kind of running around a dungeon for no reason. And
Do you have to make choices that are in Japanese, or?
No, not really. No, I mean, there was a guy I ran across that was laying on the ground, and he was saying a lot of things to me. I don't know what though. I hope it wasn't important, but not really. Like, you get a key, you find a locked door, so you unlock that door. You fight the things. There's traps. I mean, it's not too deep. I don't even know if you go to a town. I think it's all just dungeon. So I don't think there needs to be a ton of story, but I don't know why I'm in there really. I don't know what happened to the girl in the bikini and the cape. I don't know if she's a bad guy. I don't know if she's my friend. I don't know where she went. We both fell like directly down in the same spot. She should have been in the same room as me, you think, but I don't know where she went. I don't know where she is. I guess I'm going after her. Whether to fight her or save her, I don't know. I don't know. I could be either way.
New Year's resolution, learn Japanese.
That's going to be like, it's going to take me about 10 years probably to do that. Then after that, I found a website. I think it's called What Should I Steam? And you can put in your...
rice.
Yeah, steamed rice, vegetables.
Bao.
Yeah. You could
Gyoza.
give it your Steam name, and then you can have it randomize it. And you can put in different criteria if you want. Like if you want it to be just a certain genre, but I did everything. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play whatever it gives me unless I know it's too involved for me to play right now because I didn't have a ton of time. So like it did come up with like Total War, Warhammer 2, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. That's going to take forever. But I played a game called Slime Son, which is a precision platformer. I think the game has about 4 colors in it total. You are a little slime who gets swallowed by a worm, and you have to fight your way through it. If you spend too much time in the level, the digestive juices, I guess, will start either raising or coming in at you from the sides, so you cannot dilly-dally around, but you have to be really perfect in your timing because you can jump and you can dash, you can grab walls, you can do this morphing thing that'll let you pass through green walls, but you can't touch the red walls, and you have to do these things in succession so fast. It's really hard. It reminds me of the game Celeste a little bit, but I think it might actually be harder, and Celeste is plenty hard enough for me, so I'm not sure about that, but I mean, it's quick to play, I guess, so that's fine. The other thing I played was a game called Submerged Hidden Depths.
Were both of these recommended? These
are both, randomized, yeah. And so this one I think is the second in a series, but if I remember right, the first one wasn't reviewed that well, but this one was. And the storyline's a bit of a mystery, like you're kind of uncovering it as you go, but the world is basically flooded. You play as this girl who's alone with her brother, and she has at some point touched this thing called the mass that like swept over the world and messed up everything. And so she has these vines going up her arm, and this lets her heal these big black plants that have come and grown up around everything. So you'll go to these locations, and you have to find the seed in there somewhere, and then take the seed to a certain spot, and then it'll heal those vines. And you're trying to basically heal the world, or at least the area that you're in. I don't think there's any bad guys. I think it's just a matter of puzzling, climbing things, figure out where to go, finding hidden stuff. You ride around on a boat to find different areas. There's lots of things to kind of collect, like you can log different species that you find. Like there's these dolphins that are clearly made out of like vines, which is weird, and like all kinds of weird stuff. But it's really like, it's a really chill, serene kind of game, and it's very pretty. Just they use like a ton of bright, vivid colors. So it's just kind of a neat world to kind of mess around in. So I'm really glad I played that one. That one was a much bigger hit with me than Slime Son, but it is more for like an unwinding kind of game, I think, just to kind of, mess around with and not have things coming at you and see pretty stuff. It's really nice. So, but that's basically all I played.
It's a little opposite of what the game we're going to talk about.
No, I find zombies extremely serene, actually. That's very calming to me, personally. I like being gnawed upon, apparently.
It depends on the zombie, I think.
Yeah, some zombies are, better than others, I guess.
28 days later, zombies are just too fast.
No,
I would die.
Don't run. What are you guys doing? Ridiculous. Anyway, I don't like running zombies. That's not fair. It's not fair. You're outnumbered. You gotta go slow. That's why you do it. News. Do you have any news, Hilary?
No.
Well, that was fast. Okay. Steve, you got anything?
I got some news.
All right, let's go.
Apparently, things that I've been seeing on Facebook, take it or leave it. Apparently, Fallout 5 is supposed to have like 600 plus hours of content.
Goddamn.
Which seems ridiculous. Hopefully it's not as repetitive as like the current Fallout games. I don't know. I feel like after you get to a certain point, it does get kind of like, why am I still doing this?
Yeah.
But I can one-shot people, Just, apparently, the new Elder Scrolls game is supposed to have more trees. Confirmed by Todd Howard.
Yeah. Gotta have more trees.
What was it, like 46,000 was what Skyrim had?
Something like that, yeah.
So
somebody went and counted them, right?
Yes,
and then Todd Howard confirmed that number was correct.
Yes, and confirmed that there'd be more.
Well, that is like a level of like OCD or something to go count every tree.
I think he went.
I just want to know how they didn't like double count something.
Yeah.
I think he went into the files.
Oh, I hope that's it.
Yeah.
I hope that's it. That makes so much more sense. But if you
even that, when you get to that many, it's easy to just even count files. It'd be easy to double count.
Yeah, I mean, I was a couple off, but
Yeah.
It's not the number I got.
Yeah.
Mine was 6 because that's as high as I can count.
Yeah. Yeah, I would get bored by 6 for sure of counting trees. Do fallen trees count?
Oh,
See, that I don't know. Do they have to be currently growing, or can they be? Because there's some fallen trees, I think. I think there were. I mean, it's been a minute, but not too long.
What was funny though is like there was a serious moment after I read that. Like, there's more trees in this new game. I'm like, was there trees? Like, I was like, were there trees? Okay, trees are obviously not the main point in my game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there were trees. I'm sure of that.
But now that you mentioned fallen trees, I do remember like finding loot in fallen trees.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I hope the new one. The only problem I had with Skyrim's a fantastic game, is that because it's so much of it is snowy mountains. There's like it's very like white and black everything. You know what I mean? Like there's
Very
a lot more
bland,
like vivid colors and stuff. There were areas that were pretty, but.
Well, what was Oblivion like? Oblivion seemed dreary too.
Oblivion's pretty dreary too, because you're in like the dark elf land, and everything's made out of mushrooms. And it's kind of grays and greens. But what you call it? Oh no, wait, no, I'm thinking the wrong thing. I'm thinking Morrowind. No, Oblivion is actually pretty. Has some pretty stuff. I was getting my Elder Scrolls confused. Morrowind is the one that's all gray and green and dark elfy. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I mean there are probably some dreary spots too. But overall, it's a lot more colorful than Skyrim was.
Yeah.
So we'll hope. I don't know where the new one's supposed to take place or anything. So
other news: Seahawks are currently up 7-0 in the second quarter.
Bowling?
They're currently
Cool.
They're currently playing for the number 1 seed in the NFC, which very important.
Yes. I have to get all the home
Hopefully
runs
this
in.
doesn't bite me in the butt later.
Yeah.
Mentioning that.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then I got a new watch.
Oh.
That's news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smartwatch.
Smartwatch, Garmin. It tells me that I am recovering as expected, and I have 32 more hours to go.
What happens if you're not recovering? Is it like you are dying? Like
Yeah, it gives you like
you've gone too far.
a body battery. So it charges while you sleep, and then it also like sees your heart rate and can tell you if you're getting stressed, and all that stuff. So it has so many different things on it. It's crazy.
I'd be a little afraid of that because I think even after I wake up, it would just the battery would start in the red. That's how I feel most days. I don't think I want to see that at all.
Yeah. And then apparently after I wear it for like a week, I think it'll tell me, training readiness score out of 100. It says that my activity level is like a 42-year-old, which is pretty a slap in the face considering I'm only 40. But
Sorry.
Yeah.
You'll get there. It'll lower. I have no doubt.
Yeah. But it counts steps and all sorts of crazy stuff. Calories. Tells you the date.
Can you play Skyrim on it?
No.
Oh. What? I thought you play Skyrim on everything. I'm so confused right now. Okay.
Oh, I don't know any more about it, but I think Suikoden Starleap is getting close. I see a lot of activity on it, but like I said, I think we talked about it when we talked about it before. Because it's a mobile game, I'll download it, but I have no high hopes for it.
I know I saw a Suikoden Starleap Merry Christmas meme where presumably some of the characters were looking merry. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. But I was like, oh yeah, that's a Suikoden thing. Cool. So yeah, I hope it's good. It'd be great if it's good. I'm always, every time I hear mobile, I'm like, I don't know about that. Those just tend to have certain features to them that I don't always enjoy, but we'll see.
You gotta take everything away from.
I am fiddling with every single thing in front of me. I'm so sorry. If you're hearing like tapping, clicking, anything, it's because I literally cannot not. It's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna start pounding on the table or something. With mouse too.
Phone recording.
The other happens, I always hit like the record on my phone, so like I have my notes in front of me, and I'll start adding everything that we've said. So it's going to be interesting when I try to go through this and make sense of anything when we talk about the game. Anyway, let's get to news. I haven't missed some news. Were you done with your news, Steve?
We're going to see Lion King tomorrow.
Oh,
that's about it. Now I'm done with my news.
Great. All right. So for my news, If you're familiar with GOG, at least once was called.
Yeah,
was,
you know me.
stood for.
I was just about to say that too.
Oh God. Okay. Woo. Okay. GOG stands for Good Old Games. I don't know if they really kept using that. What it actually stood for, kind of like KFC, stopped calling themselves Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know if GOG still does Good Old Games, but at some point it was bought by CD Projekt Red, who are the makers of The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077. Probably other things. Those are things I know. But one of the original co-founders has bought it back. So now it's back in his hands. I don't know what this is going to mean for that. I hope it's good. I like GOG. I don't buy things often as I do from Steam, just because Steam is very simple. You have it all in one place. But to my knowledge, GOG might be the only place you can buy things and have it be totally DRM free. So if you buy it, that is yours now. As long as you have it on something or whatever, you can play it. Where theoretically, and I don't think they would do this, Steam could tomorrow say, oh, by the way, we're taking all your games back now. We decided to revoke your license to play them. They could. I don't think they will, but they could. If Steam went under tomorrow, again, absurdly unlikely, yeah, goodbye to all our backlog, I guess. Wouldn't have to play those anymore. So GOG is kind of nice in that way. And they take a lot of these really old games that wouldn't usually run on today's computers, and they figured out how to make them do so. Again, usually bypassing those DRM things that were a pain in the butt back in the day. So you can actually play them without having like the physical instruction manual or what have you. So I'm hoping none of that changes. I'm hoping it keeps going along as it has. Maybe getting some more old games that didn't have before. Still getting some of the new games. That would be great too. But time will tell. I think it's an interesting development, but given that the original plan for GOG was to like preserve these old games, I don't have much doubt that that will at least stay as part of it. I don't know if they'll keep trying to get the new games or not. We'll see. The other thing is, as of January 1st, there's a new president of Nintendo of America named Devin Pritchard. She started off in Nintendo's legal department and then went into marketing. She had input on several big titles. And yeah, now she's the president. I'm not too worried about it, except for that she came from Nintendo Legal at first. And granted, that was over 10 years ago she was in it. But Nintendo Legal is frightening. Frightening. I imagine at some point she kicked down someone's door and put a gun in their face and said, we demand you take down this picture of Mario you drew on the internet. I bet you. No, she didn't. She probably didn't, but she probably sent someone to. So, same thing. We'll see. I don't know, but congrats to her. I'm still bummed that we lost Bowser just because of the name.
Yeah.
I wish
maybe she'll change her name.
She'll change her to Peach. Yeah. It has to happen. Or Samus. Samus would be okay if she doesn't want to do Peach. Just get us a Nintendo name. Come on. Or add a Devin or Pritchard to a game and make them a main character. I could accept that.
Or Zelda.
Zelda's a great name. Do it.
Even Daisy, that's a pretty pretty common name.
Or Pauline. I mean, we're getting into like the B and C list, but that's okay.
Rosalina.
Piranha Plant. Name herself that. That'd be great.
You know what I saw the other day?
No.
Hopefully I'm not interrupting too much.
No, I know you're fine.
But like Mario and Wario.
Yes.
And
not personally.
Luigi and Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yes.
And stuff like that. Peach, and then Daisy is the upside down.
Yeah.
So she's the evil one.
That's frightening.
Is she?
I don't know.
I've seen a meme that's like that, where it's like where Daisy's like, oh yeah, like it's weird how Mario has Wario and Luigi has.
I think that's what I said.
Yeah. I know at some point someone, I think they asked Miyamoto why they didn't have a evil version to go out with Wario and Waluigi, and he said, I don't want to see the kind of women those two would date. So I don't know, but that they could be like could be like a knot in a wig. They keep moving things away from this terrible. I'm gonna get a little drum set.
Did it just fall? Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So. Something I lost my. See, I totally lost my train of thought. If I don't have something to fiddle with, I can't even think anymore. So we're screwed. Yeah. But sure. I don't know. Daisy. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out one day, maybe. But I think that's all the news I have. You guys have nothing else?
Yep.
No, I don't think so.
All right. I feel like there's something I was going to talk about that I've completely forgotten. So you guys are out of luck. All right, so on to the main game that we're going to be talking about. This one was actually a really weird one to research because of how it was released.
Yeah.
It was tricky. So we're covering The Walking Dead, a Telltale series, part 1. And the reason I'm hesitating there is because if we look at it on our emulators that we have, it will have season 1 in there.
I kept thinking too.
Yeah. But when it originally came out, even for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox, it came out as the first episode of season 1. And then 6 to 8 weeks later, it came out with the second episode. And then eventually, of course, finished the season, went on to other seasons. I played through the first episode. I didn't play beyond that. So that's as far as I can talk about. But I assume the gameplay remains basically the same throughout. I don't know.
I'd be kind of surprised if there was a huge...
Becomes a fighting game next time. That'd be really odd. So it's a little weird. That's as far as I got, but I think that's enough to kind of explain what the game is about. And I was all excited. I was like, oh, I beat the game already? Wow. And I was like, oh, that's just episode 1. And I ended up playing on Steam because neither of our emulators would work. And so it just kicked me back to the menu, and now I could pick episode 2 or whatever else I wanted to from the whole series. Yeah.
But like, if you would have bought it as a real person back in the day, you would have only bought the CD for episode 1, and then you'd have to go wait and buy episode 2 later. Is that how it was? Or was it DLC?
So first it was just DLC. So you would spend, it was $5 for the first episode, whether you're on any of the systems or on PC. Then I think once season 1 had completed, they released it as a disc on the consoles. And that's more or less how I kind of found it for the list. It would be, I guess, the CD version, which would be season 1. Mm-hmm. So you had either way of doing it. So it is kind of odd, but I mean, that's all right. We'll work with it. So there were 4 total seasons of this game. And there was also a Michonne miniseries, if you're familiar with Michonne from the TV show. She's a badass.
Did each season have 3 episodes, or?
I'm not sure. I kind of doubt. So I had looked up how long to beat for this, and for season 1, it said 12 and a half to 14 and a half hours, but episode 1 was 4 to 4.5 hours. So I'm guessing that equates to basically 3 episodes. I didn't actually look ahead to see how many episodes were in season 1, so I'm guessing it's probably about that per thing, but I didn't go and check each one to find out for sure. This game is very heavily story driven. The whole point of this game really is the story over just about anything else. As far as actions you can take, you can walk around to investigate things, you can talk to people, pick up items. You have times where you have to make dialogue choices. A lot of times those are timed. You'll have a little meter running down at the bottom, and you have to press whatever corresponding button to say whatever you want to say. The things you say can influence how the characters perceive you going forward, or influence their presence or not in the game going forward. Sometimes you will get a little a targeting reticle where you have to shoot or hit a zombie. You have to do that, of course, in a certain amount of time, because if you don't, the zombie will get you. And there's some sequences where you have to tap a button really fast. It'll show you a little prompt at the bottom. You keep tapping until these 2 arrows come in on it, and then it'll change to a button you then have to press to, push the zombie away or kick the whatever. It's all contextual.
So it's not very action based.
No, it's not an action game really. I mean, I guess you could call that little part action, but that's.
I was just trying to differentiate. It seems like you're doing a lot, but you're not doing a lot.
Yeah. The story. When I looked up how long to beat, there's not different breakdowns. It's just this is how long.
Oh, okay.
Because even though you can make choices, like I said, that might change who's there and who's not, the story is going to proceed at the pace it proceeds at.
Right. It's not like there's side quests.
Yeah, you can't, there's no collectibles or anything like that. So that's kind of how it is. So when Telltale, the people who made this, when they pitched this to Skybound, they said that it was not a game about fighting zombies. It's an episodic game focused on ordinary people. I think that's exactly what we're kind of just saying. I mean, like I said, there are zombies, but there's... those things are almost secondary in a way. They're important. They are the primary big problem, but so much of what happens in the game is based on other things that happen. Yeah. The game was designed so that there were no right answers. You could not say, oh, this is the good choice when this thing comes up. The the things that come up are meant to be tough choices. There's meant to be a good and probably a bad outcome to a lot of those things, and you have to live with that, whatever that is. So it sold really well. By 2013, the episodes had sold over $40 million worth of episodes, and 25% of that was via the mobile market. So this actually did really well mobile, and I don't think I even knew it was on mobile, to be honest with you, but it was.
I think I'd probably play it mobile.
Yeah, honestly. I think that'd be an alright way to
this
play
kind of game, I could easily see it.
Yeah, I think it's a good fit. I just had no idea.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I mean, I assume it's probably the same price, basically.
I'm gonna see if it's still around.
As far as reviews for this game goes, Metacritic, it has about an 89 out of 100 right now. PC Gamer gave it a 90 out of 100, saying, by some creative miracle, modest difficulty and interaction are outweighed by genuinely great survival storytelling. IGN gave it a 9.3 out of 10, saying, don't mince words. The Walking Dead, the game, is something special. By giving players the option to craft relationships and make choices that fill out the story, The Walking Dead wraps you up in its events and makes you care in a way few games can. By 2013, the series had gotten Game of the Year awards from over 80 media outlets.
Might be free.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I see The Walking Dead, the game, and then they have like a season 2.
Interesting. That's really nice if it's free.
Yeah, it has in-app purchases, so...
Probably.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah. So at the 10th Annual Spike TV Video Game Awards, which was a big industry award show at the time, it got Game of the Year, Best Performance by a Human Female, which is a weird way to put it.
As opposed to...
That's a human female. I don't know. To Melissa Hutchinson, who played Clementine, who's a little girl in the game, had Best Adapted Video Game, Best Downloadable Game, and Studio of the Year. At the DICE Awards, 16th Annual DICE Awards, it gave it Game of the Year. Let's see.
It's so weird that it won so much stuff. Didn't Telltale like go under?
I think they have now, but it took them, but at that point they were riding high. There were other Telltale series as well, including The Wolf Among Us, Batman Telltale series, Game of Thrones, and Tales from the Borderlands. I think I've heard good things about all of those, but I don't know. They're all based on properties. The Wolf Among Us, I think, is a comic book, and Borderlands is another video game series, and, Batman, Game of Thrones. Those are what they are. So, all those are available if you don't like zombies. I assume they play similarly. I've not looked into it, though, but I'm guessing they don't deviate too much, if at all, which is weird for Batman. Batman gets a lot more fights than your average Joe, but maybe it's more mystery.
Yeah, like detective.
Yeah, that would be my guess, but I couldn't tell you for sure. So that's basically as far as what I have for the background of this game. Did you guys get very far in it?
I got to the motel and then died.
Oh yeah,
so
understandable.
I didn't get too far.
No, okay, you got it open there. You got it running. That's good.
It's very interesting. Didn't seem like my type of game, but the graphics were really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was like you were in the graphic novel.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It was like I don't know. It's a cool way of doing like a choose your own adventure type book, but it wasn't a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it really is. You want to go into this thinking I'm going to get a cool story rather than I'm going to play this awesome game. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the reason why I hesitate is because, like, for someone that's dyslexic, this is a hard game to play.
Oh, I bet.
And so, like, even with the audio and subtitles, like, especially like when it came to like choosing what your answer or questions were going to be, was very difficult for me because like I was basically running out of time before I even read all the options.
Yeah, I believe it. I sometimes have trouble, and I'm not dyslexic.
Yeah. So it got to the point where like I felt like I wasn't really paying attention to what was this, like I was just trying to like it took me out of the story because I couldn't see what all the options were. And
I did kind of like the timer because like, there's probably some people out there that would want to like wait and then go like look up the
right
answer or whatever answer, but
Yeah, I get that. I think there should be, I don't think I saw it looking in the options. There should be an option if you don't want to use the timer for people who have like dyslexia or
even just have it so that like, because like a lot of like RPGs will have like the option of like how fast the speed of the writing and stuff that. So it's like even if they had an option where you could adjust the timer,
casual
would be helpful.
Right.
A couple other issues that I had with that particular aspect of the game is it would kick it so that it wanted me to use a mouse instead of the controller I was using, which I didn't realize was happening. So instead of it having the options and the buttons for me to pick which option I wanted, it would just have a list. And so I had to kind of just guess which answer went to which button.
Yeah, that problem.
So
like it's switch or forget that you were using your controller.
Yeah, and so like sometimes it would pick and at one point I thought I figured out which button would make what answer when it was in a list mode, but then that seemed to be randomized. So I felt like half the time it wasn't actually giving the answer that I was trying to select.
Yeah.
And then there was one time where it did give me the button options. I hit the button and it still didn't do the option that I hit.
Oh, that's weird.
So
I didn't have that problem. That's interesting.
So I'm like, okay, well, I guess it just doesn't really matter what I pick. So I'm just going to keep, like, I restarted the game like probably 5 times. And like, I'm just like, okay, I give up. Like,
yeah. The only problem I had with that, like, I had times where I had trouble reading it fast enough too, because, well, it's not even so much reading but reading and then trying to consider really quick, which I mean, I guess is the point usually in these situations. But I've had this issue in other games. I think maybe Mass Effect did this, where you have a few different dialogue options, right? And you're looking at them, and it's not necessarily saying exactly what you're going to say. It's giving you an idea of what you're going to say. The problem is that you don't necessarily know what tone you're using or what they actually mean when they have it. So I'm going to try not to give like story points away because it is a story game. I don't want to tell too much, but there was a tense situation. My character was arguing with some other adults, and Clementine, the girl who's with you, suddenly goes like, I really have to use the bathroom. And so like I picked just go because there's a bathroom here. And I was like, don't worry I thought it was like, don't worry about this. Just go and do it. But he's like, just go. And she just sat there, and I think she peed herself. I don't know. It didn't show her pants getting wet, but the way she was looking, like, I'm like, you made me freaking scold Clementine, you dick. Like, I'm trying to be so good to this girl. How dare you? I was like actually mad at me. I was like, please let me make up for this somehow. Like, I was so upset. I was like, I kind of topsy, because I did get wrapped up in the characters, and I was like, this is awful. I was not trying to be a dick to Clementine.
I'm trying to think now. Were there, because like I know in like Fallout, they have usually they have like 4 different dialogue choices, and some of them are more persuasive, and some of them are more snarky, and some of them are regular, and some of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if this one had like set things like that, or if it just didn't even matter.
I think it was just random.
Yeah, I think it just was words.
Because I was wondering like that, like, oh, maybe the just go was in like the more angry section, but apparently not.
No, like at least I couldn't tell. So I was like, fudge, this sucks. But it's interesting because you'll talk to somebody and how you react. Sometimes it'll tell you what they thought of it. Like, this guy is going to remember that you trusted him or whatever. And so I assume that affects your relationship with that person throughout the game as you go down, which is really cool. And I think that's the replay value of this. Like, even though it's not super long and it's essentially the same story, like, you might want to see what happens if you just like tell somebody to shut the fuck up every time they talk. Who knows? Try different stuff. Guys, you know what this reminded me of?
Broken Sword.
Yep.
I was just about to ask you if you found like the walking around and trying to interact with things a little clunky.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright. I think it's much better than Broken Sword. Let me say that. But it's like, yeah, you're walking around.
Definitely better.
Yeah, way better. You're walking around. You get these like very contextual things that you can choose to do. You're having dialogue options all the time. It's timed. I think it's just like a modernized point and click adventure game.
Yeah.
Basically, which is weird.
It's not bad. It's just not my thing.
Yeah. Well, I like this way better than Broken Sword and the older like King's Quest kind of games, this sort of thing.
But I mean, I like and own, like, I've seen a lot of Walking Dead and the spin-offs and stuff like that, and I've read a lot of the graphic novels. So like it's definitely something that's, the IP is interesting to me. Just the gameplay.
Yeah. So I can remember from.
I have almost the opposite. I don't like I don't really like horror and like jump scare stuff. So like this is the theme I was not excited about at all. And then since I am a big Batman fan, I would be interested in the Batman one and seeing if it's like more like a detective game or not. I would probably still struggle a little bit because of the issues I have with this kind of game, but I would be at least more interested in it.
Yeah, I could get that. It's been a while since I watched the show, but the guy Glenn in this game, is that the same guy that was in the show? Glenn, wasn't that the Asian dude in the TV show? Who nothing bad ever happened to.
It was in it was in Georgia, so I mean it very well could be. They're in the same vicinity.
Yeah, it's like I haven't read the graphic novels, but I remember seeing the artwork, and I think that the artwork that was Glenn.
But I don't recall these two people being.
No, well, see, God damn it! There's a point where he is planning to depart and go to Atlanta or where I think the original line is where he meets up with everybody in the show, I should say. So I think that's him. And I think his name was Glenn. It's been a while, so I just couldn't remember for sure.
Yeah, his name was Glenn.
Yeah, it's gotta be him. It's gotta be. How many Glens are there?
Well, if they put Michonne in it, there was.
Yeah, that's it. I just had no idea they were going to really tie together that in any way, really. I thought we were just going to be a totally separate group. I didn't even know it was going to be in Georgia, so I was like, oh, this leads to an interesting thing.
Apparently that's the place you need to be in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. One thing that I found a little confusing, I may have the answer for this, but I don't know what you guys think. So people keep taking these out of my hands. It's weird. I'm not, this is early game stuff, so I'm not really spoiling a lot, but when it starts off, your character is in a police car, and you kind of hear stuff on the radio, like there's some emergency people like heading in the other direction, so you're like, oh, stuff's starting to go down somewhere. But right now, it seems like things are basically fairly normal-ish. You end up in an accident, and when your guy comes to, it's like the zombie apocalypse is in full swing. And I was like, how long was I out? Because it seems like everything hit the fan like real hard since the accident.
You have to imagine, like, the zombie apocalypse could be going on right now, and we have no clue about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they could be pushing it under the rug as something else, and then when it finally gets close to you, it will feel like the shit hit the fan, because I'm trying to remember the time frame of Walking Dead, but I believe it was some atmospheric something, because when regular people died regularly, they became zombies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They did not have to be bit, if I recall, in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So it was something that we were already exposed to.
Yeah.
So it just turned on. And then when you got bit, I believe if you got bit and died because of the bite, then you would come back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just gonna, one.
Exponentially, explode. Yeah. And maybe it's perfectly reasonable. And it's like, I don't know.
You probably could have been out for like an hour or so.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah. I just thought okay, well, I'm pretty sure I know the first person you come across is going to be a zombie. But then there's all of a sudden a bunch more. And I'm like, where, how come these guys weren't, although you do crash because there's one on the road. So I guess there's that, but it just seemed weird to me.
Like this cockroaches, if there's one on the road.
I know, yeah. It just seemed like it had exploded really fast, but I don't know. I'm not sure where the characters were before this all started happening exactly. So kind of hard to say. Didn't bother me too much, but I was just like, well, all right. I guess they can't always be in a coma in the hospital and then wake up and things have happened. So,
which was Walking Dead and 28 days later.
Yep, and 28 days later as well. Yeah. Which is a good way to pop someone into it all of a sudden, I guess. But it's also like how you can only use this so many
Zombie
times.
movies are like D&D games. You start in a tavern, you start in a hospital, right?
That's about right. Yeah. So it's kind of tough because there's a lot. It's hard to talk about this because I do not want to give story things away.
Yeah.
I know you guys didn't get as far as I did, and you had some frustrations with the general. I don't know if controls is the right word, but you know.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had enough time to get attached to any of the characters? Like, did you feel, because I found myself feeling very protective of Clementine and very mad at myself for yelling at her to pee herself or whatever I did. Did you guys have time to like get into that to see if the characters were that interesting to you?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't know. I'm weird in those type of situations. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I try to think of like what the best answer might be in some situations, and sometimes I think of like, what would I do in a certain situation, things like that, but it always like fluctuates. So I'm not sure that I got like super attached to certain people over others and whatnot. Yeah, I could definitely see how there could be replayability if you did like want to go down a path of trying to keep certain people alive. Because I think there are times where you, when I was watching a review afterwards, there were times where you'd have to like choose between two people to save and stuff like that.
Yeah, what's kind of neat is when you do complete the episode, it'll show you like a breakdown of like your choices and what percent of other players made the same choice, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, in the review it was talking about too, like those have gotten a lot more balanced than when it was probably first come out and stuff. So
yeah, there is a goddamn this hard. There's a situation where you are trying to pick between saving two people. This shouldn't be shocking. I'm not saying who they are, but initially they had noticed that all like 75% of the people were picking this one person over the other, and they realized it's because they hadn't created enough moments where you had enough time to bond with that other person in any way. So it's like the other person was the more obvious choice. Like you had more of a connection. They built in more of a connection to that person, who I also chose, but mainly because I was thinking that person would probably be more useful. So that's pretty fucked up.
Is it the part on the farm?
No, but that is another thing. That is another. The farms in The Walking Dead, man. No, this was in a drugstore. It's so hard to talk about this game. I'm really trying not to spoil stuff, other than general, like what you'd probably expect. 2012, 2013. It's been a bit, but I mean, well, we hadn't played it. So, I mean, you know, I had no idea what kind of game it even was. So, yeah, it's tough. But you're going to make tough choices. And you're going to kind of wonder, okay, what if I'd made the other choice? Would this have played out? Or how would this have played out differently? It would have played out differently.
That's why it's probably good for replayability.
Yeah.
If you like the gameplay, if you like how this is, or if you just like interactive movie. I mean, it really is an interactive movie.
Yeah.
And see, what I don't know is how far that replayability extends. So, like, you have to choose between saving two people, right? Well, is the person that you saved with you through the next 3 seasons? Like, because if so, that changes a lot of things, that one decision. And I don't know. People could break off or do other things. Not sure.
Well, you said you restarted a couple of times. Did you make different decisions? Did it take you different places? Like,
I did, but it was basically just in the cop car that I kept having to restart, and part of that was because of our son. So he did not want to let me do anything.
He was trying to do your handstands on you, basically.
Yeah.
So makes it tough. You're playing extra hard mode.
Because I'm wondering if, like, maybe I'll have to do some research, because I don't think I'll go further in this game, but if it's like best I can think of is like D&D. If it's going to railroad you, regardless of your pick, or if your picks are going to take you different places and drastically change things. Yeah. Like, I mean, obviously there's game over choices. Obviously there's, you know, who you're going to dialogue with for the future. But is it like, oh, I'm dialoguing with this person, but I'm always going to this place next?
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you choose somebody, then eventually they'll take you somewhere else that you might not go.
Yeah. I'm guessing, and it is purely a guess, that it's fairly railroaded, and you're just mainly changing your interactions, but along the same path.
Gotcha.
I could be
Yeah,
completely wrong, but I kind of
I
have
guess
that
it
assumption.
kind of in a way, like your party might change, but the
Yeah.
route is always the same.
Yeah.
Which is why I really want to get Triangle Strategy again. That one, you look at the gameplay and it just like branches, and it actually matters what you choose.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
like
wild.
every like new game plus, you kind of have to do multiple new games to get everybody in the thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because you have to actually go different places,
Oh yeah, that'd be
which you
kinda
won't have the choice of all the time.
cool. Right. There's kind of like a different people kind of view one way of playing this is better than the others. So like because it initially came out episodic where you play an episode and then it'd be a number of weeks till the next one. Some people preferred that because the decision you made, you had to kind of sit with those, like those are in your head for a long time and you want to see how then it plays out and it becomes more of a tense thing. Whereas if you binge it, it gets resolved so quick that some people feel it's not as impactful. But some people feel like, well, if you do binge it, then you're not forgetting story elements, you remember the relationships better. So if I move forward with this, I'm probably gonna maybe not wait 6 to 8 weeks, that's a long time, but maybe 2 or 3 weeks if I want to pick up the second episode and try that, so it's still kind of fresh in my head. But that's kind of an interesting thing that I hadn't really thought of until I read about it. But yeah, I guess you can kind of pick which way makes most sense for you. I mean, it's not like you have a lot of control things to try to remember. Like I have trouble going back to like action games if their control schemes are complex at all, because I'm like, I don't remember how to do a backflip and twirl my gun around and shoot. I don't have any idea. But that's not going to be an issue with this one. Like it doesn't give you instructions in this one. I just feel like it kind of just makes sense when you play like what you have to do pretty well. So this game is the most recent game that we've played on the channel by far. It's only a bit over 10 years old. How do you feel this game holds up today?
I mean, like I was talking about, the graphics are really good. I think if you're into this style of gameplay, then it's good for what it is. So I think it holds up.
Yeah, I think because of how unique the style of gameplay is and the graphics are decent, like I can't see there being a huge difference between this game when it came out versus a brand new game that was the same style coming out. So
I feel like, and obviously when you're going over the list, this type of game does well, I think, with IP.
Yeah.
Because you're really, like I mentioned earlier, you're doing like a choose your own adventure type style in the world that you are IPing. And so I think this game would get weird if it was like its own story.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be that interested in it.
And I think it's also like if you're playing a game where it's this type of game in an IP that you're very interested in, like that timing and like the answering the questions and stuff, that is probably a little easier for you to be like, oh yeah, like if I was in this world, this is how I'd react or whatnot. Whereas, again, this is not an IP that I'm interested in. So like for me to like try and like read it and kind of like think about like what, it made it difficult for me. But like, because I know a lot of the Batman lore and stuff like that, like I feel like I could probably make decisions quicker.
Yeah.
I'd be curious who you'd be in the Batman. Are you Batman?
I assume.
Because you're in the vicinity of Walking Dead, but you're not
Those main characters.
the main characters. So
I think you are. I could be wrong. I remember it being out. I think it's it may not be on a system that we cover. I think it might
who
be
would you
more
be in
something
Game of
I'm not sure.
Thrones or something? You know?
That I don't know. I only watched like the first episode of that. I really see this as being at least kind of in the same genre as the point and click adventures of old timies. There's not a bunch of really ridiculous puzzles, which is nice because I hate those. It really is more about advancing the story forward. Although this isn't a puzzle, except for like I'm puzzled at how they thought this made sense. I'm gonna spoil one thing. It is not an important story beat. It's just something I think is silly. Okay, so at some point you're in a drugstore and you're with a group of people, and this one gal is trying to make a radio work to see what's going on in the world. And so you go talk to her like, oh, what's going on? She's like, oh, I just can't make this thing work. And so you grab it and you point out, oh, you didn't press the power button.
No, there's no batteries.
No, but yeah, but first, I tried that. First, I tried to do the power button first, and she's like, "Oh, you didn't press the power button." She's like, "Oh, yeah." And then we tried it; it didn't work. And then there was no batteries.
Oh, I didn't even.
Oh, but
it just went straight to no batteries for
like,
me.
I see, yeah, because I didn't turn it over first. I did like the front, and I tried to choose. Like,
I don't
the button
think
first.
he gave me an option. It just was like, here, let me look at it, and he just turned it over and saw that there was no batteries.
That's
How
weird.
did she not?
Maybe I turned it over from the backside because we played the same game. I was playing the same system, so it had to be. But I played on my handle, but same Steam. Yeah, I don't know how she was trying to make it work before. She's like pounding it on the table, being like, work. She didn't try
She'd
anything.
never seen a walkie-talkie.
No.
Since.
Maybe she was looking for like a USB plug or something for it. I don't know. It was real weird though, but that's not a puzzle. I'm confused that she was puzzled. I'm puzzled that she was puzzled. I thought that was a silly way to go about me needing to find batteries. Like she could have been like, yeah, I need batteries for his key to look for some.
Yeah.
That would have been like not making her look stupid.
Yeah. Well, there's other things that were just kind of weird in the drugstore part too, because like there's someone that needs medicine from the drugstore, and that's why they're there, and this other person goes off and like, I'll radio if I run into trouble, and they run into trouble, and it's like you have to go help the person that ran into trouble before you can give the guy the medicine. And it's like,
yeah.
How does that make sense? Like,
yeah, and like there's parts where you're in the drugstore where you're like, oh, we can't leave because look at all the zombies.
Yeah.
But that guy left, and then we left to come get him, and then we came back, and then we went back in the drugstore. We can't leave. There's zombies.
yeah.
What? Weird. I want to say maybe there's some kind of like little story element that I missed where that makes sense, but I'm not sure there is. So there might be some stuff you kind of have to like be like, yada yada, hand wave it away, and don't worry about it. But other than that, though, I did find it an enjoyable story. I think it holds up great. Again, if that sounds like a game that appeals to you, I'll probably go back to it at some point, assuming I have time, which means I won't. But I would be
honest.
I would happily do so. I just don't think it's realistically going to actually happen. But I'm also curious about like the Batman one, especially. Like I didn't watch enough Game of Thrones to do that one, and I don't know Borderlands that well, and The Wolf Among Us, I don't know really at all. Other than that, it was a comic book, but I would check out the Batman one. So we'll see if it's cheap. I don't know. Okay, so if you want to get this now, this is tough because I don't know if like on the video game systems if you can download episode 1. So I looked at the season 1 discs. Okay, on PS3. If you want just the disc, I usually don't give the change, but it was $6.66, so that's fun. If you want it complete, it's $9. If you want it shrink-wrapped, it's $14. For the Xbox 360, the disc is $6. The complete is $8, and shrink-wrapped is also $14. Steam, when it is not on sale, this is the definitive edition, though. This has all 4 of the seasons and the Michonne content, so it's a lot more. It's usually $49.99. As we're recording this, the deal that you will not be able to get because it will be releasing after the Steam sale, it was like $5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How it like just timed well.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially since we all had issues with
Yeah, I know we would have thought in such case, but if it's $5 now, it means it probably will be again someday.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you know.
you probably just have to wait till March or April when the spring sale comes around.
Yeah, it'll happen again. So I probably wouldn't. I'd buy it. I mean, unless you just love The Walking Dead, that's great.
I wouldn't
fine,
pay
but
$49.99 for this.
No, I probably wouldn't either.
I mean, you do get it. I don't know.
It's a lot of content. I just don't know.
If it's a game that you would like, if you like a point and click type of game and you like The Walking Dead, I think it's a good deal for everything that you get.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's going to be on sale for that much of a...
Yeah, I'm sure it will be again, or at least close to it. Even if it's not that, it'll be on sale again someday. All right, so that being all done, we have survived the zombie apocalypse because we didn't go that far into it.
I was gonna say,
Which helps.
we only survived this.
That's what you do. The zombie apocalypse.
Well, you
happens
said you
just-
died.
Yeah, I died.
I died a time. It just kicked me back in.
Yeah, it's like, if you do die, it basically just starts you over at that part that you're
you don't
at.
lose too
you
much,
just
which is
choose.
nice.
Yeah.
Unless you keep choosing the same part.
It would suck to have to keep going over the same story elements over and over again.
Yeah.
Right.
That would suck. So I'm glad it doesn't kick you back too far. So we have to find out what we're going to be playing next time. And we usually bring games. We each pick 3 usually, but this time we got fan pick again, which I think it's only been a couple episodes.
Yeah.
So we're going to be completely randomizing that. We will talk about if there's any one of those games that we would like for the randomizer to land upon. But other than that, that's it. We don't have actually any new fan picks from last time, so get those fan picks into us via our Facebook group or Discord or emailing us somehow if you're interested in us covering a certain game. But Hilary, do you want to go? Do you have the list handy? Do you want to go over the games again?
I have a list. I was gonna not go over the list again.
Yeah, screw you guys.
Because we just went over it in our Christmas Eve episode. So
That's true. Yeah.
because
will vote for
and there
whatever one I
wasn't a
picked last
change,
time.
so I thought we could just randomize
fine.
it, and
Yep.
then I noted which game was picked. So
Okay.
if we happen to get that number, we'll just re-roll.
Can I
Cool.
see it?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember which one I wanted.
Hilary, do you know which one?
Oh, I remember which one I picked.
Okay, cool.
But
Do you
he has
remember
a
which
he has a
one?
torn ACL now, so I don't have to worry about
I
him
got
beating me up.
Legends.
God of Legends. Oh, yeah, that's right. What was yours?
Mine was Spyro the Dragon because the guy I went to jiu-jitsu with.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't want to get beat up, but
Yeah.
he tore his ACL, so that really sucks.
Oh.
But, he
That
could play
means that-
along with us.
Now you
Yeah.
can change it, though, and he can't
Yeah.
beat you, baby. I don't know. I don't know
What
how
is
tough he is.
Final Fantasy Legends? I don't know if I've ever played that, but it is on Game Boy, and we
Yeah.
have not done Game Boy yet.
Yeah.
So
I have played that.
I'd be down.
It's a game. That you can, I liked it back then. I don't know how it holds up. I'm going to again say Crusader of Senti because it's a game that I knew almost nothing about somehow, and I would like to see if it's good.
Are we just going to
Genesis.
re-roll 12 if we get it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so let's do this. Let's find out which game we're going to be playing. I wonder if Joe will get a pick again.
We'll never be Gauntlet Legends. We never get that lucky.
No.
It's been an option like 6 or 7 times now.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a game that Riley picked for us, and it is on the PlayStation. It also was released on the Dreamcast, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe PC as well. It is a new direction for an existing series. In the original one, you played a fairly traditional vampire, but in this one, you don't suck blood, you suck souls. We're going to be playing Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver for the PlayStation. This is another game, Hilary, that you
Yep.
have championed
I
on
have.
numerous occasions.
Yeah.
So this is cool. We're going to be playing Raziel, I think is his name. And he opens up his face wrappings and just sucks souls out of people. So that's fun.
I don't know if I've ever heard of this game.
Oh.
It's on sale right now that you won't be able to.
Yeah, not for you guys, but for us, because we're in a different
You
time.
said it's Legacy of
reality.
Kain.
Yeah, Soul Reaver.
Yeah, it's 50% off on Steam right now.
Which makes it what?
$14.99.
Oh, $14.99.
I'll be playing it for free.
Yeah. Me too. I did own this on Dreamcast, but I will try to play the PlayStation one because that's the one that Riley.
What type of game is it?
Like third person action adventure. Does it have role playing game elements? I don't remember. Like
This
the
is-
original one did, but I don't
This
remember.
one's 1 and 2 remastered, so which
Oh,
might be
that's-
why it's
that's
more
yeah,
expensive.
that explains it.
You do kind of level up a little
Okay.
bit as you collect
Yeah, I just don't
more,
remember that.
and you get a little bit more powerful and stuff like that. But
Okay,
It says action adventure dark fantasy.
there you go.
Yeah.
Dark fantasy. So that's what we're gonna be playing. I think this is a pretty popular series and well loved. So I am excited to do it. And thank you, Riley, for making that pick. Hopefully we'll enjoy it as much as you do. And now we have to figure out what kind of games we're going to be bringing for the next episode to choose from.
It says similar to games you played, Sonic Frontiers.
I don't see that, but okay. I mean, it is third person and you can jump. I
must not have played a lot of games like this.
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
That's stretching.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
So I
Okay.
can only assume you roll in a ball and are really fast.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
I mean, Frontiers plays a lot different, so you collect things.
3.
All right.
You get
Turbo.
hit.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. So we pulled the TurboGrafx 16, which I did not own, and I'm betting anything these two didn't own it.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh boy, this is going to be exciting because it's going to be unknown territory for all of us. All right, let's see what type of game we're going to be playing.
Is this one where the sport play
19.
matters?
Top rated. Okay. Well, this is good. We're at
Okay.
least we're getting the best of the TurboGrafx, and we don't have to pick anything. We just have to find the top 9 or so and pick from there. It is.
How is this to TurboGrafx?
So it came out, if I remember right, which I may not, towards the end of the NES and went in through like the 16-bit era.
Okay.
And I'm never really sure if it's 8-bit or 16-bit. It looks a lot better than NES games. But I think it has like 2 8-bit processors or something like that. I'll have to look into this. I'm just saying things now. I don't know. There's a rabbit inside of it. I don't know why. It just keeps running and things happen with the games. So yeah, it'll be interesting. We can talk all about the system too because it'll be an interesting discussion, I think. So that's going to be it. Top TurboGrafx games. We'll figure out what they are and we will then vote on one each. This is going to be weird. TurboGrafx 16.
I'm assuming it's a 16-bit if it's this TurboGrafx.
You would think so, but
yeah.
I think it's like technically not. I don't know. It's like how the Atari Jaguar said it was a 64-bit system, but it wasn't really. But it had like a 32-bit processor or 216-bit. I don't know, man. This is all confusing. Computer mama jumping at me.
Whoa.
It's a weird looking system. Anyway, so that's what it's going to be next time. You guys have anything else?
Nope.
Games look like 8-tracks.
Yeah, they're in weird little cards.
Yeah.
It's super weird, man.
Oh, yeah, they look like floppy disks. I guess that would be better.
Yeah, they're strange. They're really strange. You know what? They're kind of like giant Switch cards.
Galaga.
There we go.
Could be a top one.
No idea.
We'll find
No
out.
idea. I know like a few of the games, and most of the games I do know out there are just I know that title, and I might kind of know what kind of game it is, and that's about it.
Well, yeah, because I was curious if I'd even know like a title, like if NES or Sega would even let them do something.
Well, somewhere I don't know if this is in the top 9. There's a Dungeons and Dragons game on there that plays in away. There's a Box Adventure. That game went onto some other systems where you're like this very big-headed caveman, so I can relate. And you bonk people with your head. That's a game that's on there. I don't know, man. There's a lot of games, but
at least it'll be the top games.
It will be the top. Yeah, if we got lowest rated and a system we're completely unfamiliar with, Jesus Christ, that'd be mind-numbing. I think I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so that's what we're going to be picking from next time, and we're going to be playing Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver on the PlayStation, or however we can get it to work, whatever. In the meantime, and I guess that's it. So follow us subscribe on whatever you are watching and or listening to us on. Give us a thumbs up or a heart or like I don't know, whatever they have, 5 stars, whatever it is. Leave a comment if you could. That's super helpful. You don't have to say a lot. Just say nice job or you don't suck. That's fine. We'll take that. And tell your friends and join our Discord, Facebook group, and all that, because we would love to talk with you and you can talk with us. And haven't we made that very appealing? I hope so. But anyway, we will see all, or we won't see you. You'll see us or hear us next time.
We see all of you. Through your computer.
You're not supposed to tell them that. See? Anyway, bye.
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 Once the flesh has all rotted away, do the walkers become walking skeletons? Or does that kill them?